Good day, one and all. Welcome to another edition of Chainsaw Carving with me, Hieronymus Hogsap. You've just caught me getting our little dust monkey ready for his first day on the job, chainsaw carving. Seems like only yesterday I tranquilized you whilst you were trying to steal the lead piping from my estate and forced you into a life of servitude as my little dust monkey. Ah, don't they grow up so fast? But wait! What am I saying? We can't send him off just yet. First, we need to talk about the three main difficulties when chainsaw carving. 1. Where to carve. B. What to carve. And 3. How to carve.
First up, where to carve. Much like wood carvers themselves, the act of chainsaw carving is smelly, noisy, and unpleasant. So it's best done as far away from civilized people as possible. Look to the countryside. Ask some farmers if they have any trash land. You don't need anything fancy, just a place where you can make a mess and be as disgusting and filthy as you like. It may not always be practical to escape to the country, and you may find yourself carving in a back garden in a built-up area. In these situations, it is important to take into account the residents around you, work at hours which are sociable, and research a bit of amateur soundproofing. Can't go amiss.
Now, some serious words. In the next part of the video, I'm going to be using the term getting wood many times. As a wood carver, you are going to have to get a lot of wood and put up with a lot of jokes about just how much wood you are getting. Put aside these childish thoughts, because when a wood carver can't get wood, it can be a very serious and real situation.
Different carvers prefer different woods. It would be wise to acquire a few, or work with different ones if you have the opportunity to discover which is your own personal preference. In general, hardwoods are longer lasting and are strong enough to hold finer detail. They are very heavy and unsurprisingly hard to hump around on your own. Softwoods, on the other hand, are much easier on the carver's back, but lack the durability of their hardwoodian cousins. The best place to get wood is from a tree surgeon or forestry worker. Try calling a few and discussing any available wood they might have. One can never have enough wood. In this section, we will cover what to carve. By which I mean, what is it about your carving that makes it yours? It is, of course, natural at first to look at other carvers' works for inspiration and to try to emulate their style. You will quickly see that everyone has their own style, and yours will be developing from the moment you begin. Experiment. Try making not just safe and simple things, but push yourself, and don't be scared of making mistakes. You will soon find that you are good at making a certain shape or texture. Use it. Don't fight against what you are good at because you are trying to mimic a certain style or design. Carvers like David Nash and Walter Bailey use quite simple shapes in beautiful ways that often use the natural surroundings as part of the sculpture itself. At the other end of the scale, you have the very technical carvers like Hikaru Kodama or Tommy Craggs, who have a focus on realism and very high skill levels to produce their sculptures, often adding a fairy tale or magical element. Whatever you decide you want your wood carvings to be like, you will always carve better if you like the thing you are carving. Finally, how to carve. In this portion of the video, we will demonstrate the most basic techniques needed to perform any chainsaw carving, no matter how simple or complicated. We sent Dust Monkey off to make a basic mushroom. Firstly, mark out the cap of the mushroom. Do this by scoring a line, not too deep, around the log at the height you want the cap to be. You now want to make some space beneath the cap, which is accomplished by having two cuts meet up together and removing the wood that is freed. Be as careful as you can when making your cuts meet, as if one cut is deeper than the other, you will cut into your sculpture and cry. Once you've made room beneath the cap, simply use your saw to round off both stem and cap, doing your best to avoid jagged edges. This basic method of having two or more cuts meet together is the technique you will use throughout your wood carving career to make the basic shapes of your carvings.
Well, that's about it for this episode. Remember to practice what you've learned and join us next time when we'll be turning it up several chainsaw carving degrees and making a wooden owl. I am such an experienced woodcarver that I can carve an owl completely blindfolded. Many years of practice have led me to gain this remarkable skill, that I can carve just using my ears. That sounds about right. Let's take a look. Ah! It's happened again. It's my ex-wife.